Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's live show. In tonight's live show, we are going to be talking about the Premier League and WSL in this Football Talk stream. Big up to every single one of you who is live and locked in already this evening. Much appreciated. Now, if you are new to our YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button if you want to see plenty more Premier League content, Manchester United content, F1 content, me reviewing football shirts as well. And please subscribe as well to my Mr. Joshy J Football channel. Link is in the title, it's also in the description, and pinned on top of the live chat and in the descriptions of this video is my channel membership. Yes, I'm a level 1 and level 2 membership. So if anyone wishes to join the YouTube members program, you can find all the information pinned on top of the live chat. And why not consider subscribing to my Mr. Joshy J Extra channel as well? Link is in the description. But big up to every single one of you. And yes, so far I'm streaming on the PC and everything seems to be functioning much more smoother tonight, because last night that was very laggy. I had to switch to my phone, because it was really bugging me. But so far it's operating much better. So fingers crossed it stays that way, people. But yeah, tonight I'm going to talk about the Premier League. I mean, what I'm thinking of teams so far, and obviously interact with you guys, and you guys have a say as well, because I know I got a lot of subscribers who have teams from the Premier League, so get involved in the live chat. And also I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the WSL as well. So yeah, plenty to talk about tonight. So yeah, let's get started by obviously saying hello to you guys first, because this is what makes our community elite. Daylight sorting. Chelsea embarrassed. We should be beating Lincoln 3 or 4-0. I agree. That's nowhere near sustainable. I need an in 2-1. And yes, I agree. You need an elite manager, 100%. If Chelsea YouTube celebrate this, I will be cooking them and then brown envelope and calling them out. Don't blame you, mate. Bash, big up to you, Mark Harris. Good evening, mate. Thank you for joining me this evening, mate. Much appreciated. Amarin being kept in his job by other managers. Brentford do it for football. A light 6-1, please. Then he will definitely receive his P45 if we get hammered 6-1 in the GTEC Stadium, 100%, because Brentford have not had a very good start to the season. So if we lose that game, that'd be nowhere near sustainable. And if we get hammered that scoreline, fucking give him his P45 right on the spot. Seriously. Michael Chelsea did another rant tonight. I could imagine so. Yep. Big up to my geezer, Michael.Chelsea. FC. Make sure you follow him on Rumble. I'm pretty sure Daylight Sorting can put his link in the live chat. Make sure you do follow him because he's very close to 20 followers on Rumble. So, yep, Michael.Chelsea FC. He lands it, top guy. He really is. Already, I'll be doing my preview tomorrow, so I'll be talking a little bit more about it. But already I'm just picturing what's going to happen. Everyone's getting excited with that win against Chelsea. Then we'll be hit back down to earth, like embarrassed by Brentford. I'm already calling it. But be more positive, Mr. Joshy J. It's very hard to be positive with this team in the moment because they are a bunch of clowns, seriously. Amarin still hasn't played Lehman's, but Burger King show plays. What a push from Amarin. Yeah, cheers to that, Day 14. Much appreciated, mate. Thanks for that. But yeah, so the Premier League, what are my thoughts on it so far? Now, I gotta say, I think Sunderland have had a very decent start to the season. I mean, they won on the opening weekend. They had a good win against Leeds as well, I think it was, and they won in the weekend as well. No, sorry, they drew the weekend against Aston Villa. That's right, because Sunderland were down to 10 men. But yet they got a point against Aston Villa, which down to 10 men. That's absolutely fantastic. But Aston Villa, yeah, have had an absolute shambolic start to the season. Let's get it right. I mean, absolute disgrace. And Unai Emery is under massive pressure, people. He really is. I mean, he's done quite well for Aston Villa, but Villa are not been good this season. You know, it's been a disastrous start by them. So Unai Emery needs to address this and fast because, you know, he may even become the next managerial casualty because I don't think Aston Villa will tolerate this, and their team are currently in the relegation zone at the moment. To me, it's nowhere near sustainable. You know, Aston Villa, in my personal opinion, should be up near the European places. Look, I think financial fair play and PSR has hit them a little bit with their like transfer businesses and that. So yeah, that's not helped things. But yeah, no excuses why Aston Villa has started the season. You know, Unai Emery should be absolutely furious because I expected more from them. I really did. Now, obviously, of course, they could still turn it around. I mean, they have a match in the Europa League this week, and we all know how good Unai Emery is in the Europa League. So this could be one way to kickstart their season. If they get a good win on Thursday, then yes, this could really put Villa back in business. Wolves, what a disastrous start by them. Honestly, they are, I believe, at the foot of the table. I mean, it's not looking good for them at all. As Ryan G says, my subscriber, who is a massive Wolves fan, big up to him, yeah? He says that the ownership are just happy to accept mediocrity these days, which to me, that's simply nowhere near sustainable. If you want to still be in the Premier League, and obviously they sold Cunha to us as well, you know, these teams cannot afford to keep selling their best players because at some point it's going to come back and bites them on the ass, isn't it? Because, you know, we've seen it from time to time, people, that if other teams are more competitive and you keep selling your best players, then you are in massive trouble. Now, of course, Wolves were slow starting off last season as well. Then they picked up in momentum, but it's really not looking good for them at the moment, is it? They are definitely in a bit of bother. They really are. So, yeah, nowhere near sustainable this start to the season by Wolves, honestly. And Burnley, look, I mean, they've not had all that bad starts this season, but to me, they're still one of my favourites for relegation this season, 100%. I just feel their squad depth will not have enough to stay in the Premier League at the moment, unfortunately. So, yeah, but we'll wait and see what happens. I mean, West Ham as well, they had an absolute horrific start to the season. Shambolic, honestly. Excuse me. And it's only a matter of time before Graham Potter gets a sack. I mean, the way West Ham are playing is an absolute disgrace. And fans leaving the London Stadium early, you know, because they're fed up, you know. They want to see their side doing well. And I mean, they capitulated against Chelsea. They lost as well at the weekend, you know. So, yeah, he's in big trouble, Jellyfish Potter. He really is. So, and I believe he will be the next managerial casualty as well, people. So, and of course, big up to my subscriber as well, who's a West Ham fan. Hammers Football TV. Tony, who's a massive West Ham fan. Make sure you are subscribing to Hammers Football TV. Yeah, great guy. I mean, he's another one who is a real one who just says it how it is and that. And this is what I like about true football fans. They come out and say it how it is. They don't do anything for the pounds note like me, you know. This is why I'll never go on the massive Manchester United channel. I have no interest whatsoever because, you know, just imagine, right, if I started talking about transfers and that and became like just a full Manchester United channel, I mean, that'd be total disrespect to my community. And I would become a sellout, which there's no way I'm going to do that to my community. And like I said, I got no interest whatsoever going on the big channel. I mean, even if I was invited to go on, immediately I will decline it because you guys are a lot more important than me doing anything for the pounds note and going on a big YouTube channel. I mean, let's get it right. You know, you will always come first. And, you know, I will always carry on landing the damn minerals on my football club because, you know, I've been supporting them for over 25 years now. And the way we've been run this past decade or so has been nothing short of a disgrace. So I will carry on holding my football club accountable until we sort it out, until this ownership fucks off out of here, yeah? And take the Sir Jim with you as well, wearing an Ineos jacket at the ground. I mean, seriously, we all know why he did that, people. All for PR, all for the pound note. Let's get it right. So Ineos could gain sponsorship and that. I mean, fuck out of here, man. Seriously. But the sooner we get both sets of ownership out, you know, the Glazers and Sir Jim and his Ineos group as well, then yeah, we'll be in a much better place. So until that happens, unfortunately, Manchester United will carry on being in the shits, people. They really will. So, yeah, but let's get back to what you guys are saying in the live chat, shall we? Yep. Mark Goldfish did a stream saying Manchester United are back. Will you be calling him out? I mean, look, at the end of the day, you know, it's what they do down that sort of thing. You know, they do it for the clicks and for the subscribers. I predicted Potter to be the first sacking of the season, and I predict Ruben Amorim second sacking. Oh, yeah, look, Ruben Amorim will get sacked soon. He really will. It's only a matter of time, people. I mean, let's get it right, yeah? But just back him. He had a good win against Chelsea. And what? Yeah? That scrub, Robert Sanchez, did us a favour. So this is why I'm not getting excited about the win over Chelsea whatsoever, people. I'm not. I'm really not. Brentford, now, obviously, they've had a bit of a shaky start to the season, but they have lost Wissa. They have lost some top players, and obviously that is Manchester United's next opponent. So, but Brentford, do I think they will avoid relegation? Yes, I do. I strongly believe they will avoid relegation. I think they will just about have enough to stay in the division. But yeah, I think they need to start winning a few matches soon just to get into a bit more comfortable territory. Because you're in precarious territory in the Premier League. I mean, it could come back to bite you, like where it should have came back to bite us, West Ham and Tottenham last season. You know, the three of us should have been getting relegated last season, but how poor, you know, the three teams that came up were last season. We got let off the hook. So did Tottenham. So did West Ham. Let's get it right, people. Yeah. Crystal Palace, you know, I think they've had a decent start to the season. You know, I've been very impressed with Crystal Palace as well. You know, despite losing Eze, you know, to Arsenal and a couple of players, you know, they actually look really decent. And they have Liverpool next, which I expect them to give Liverpool a game. I really do, you know, Because now go Selhurst Park, we all know if Crystal Palace fans make a noise, it can make the opposition feel rattled. So that really will be a test of character for the current champions. But yeah, Palace, I think they'll be absolutely fine this season. Oliver Glasner is doing an absolute outstanding job. So fair play to him. Leeds United. Now, do I think they'll stay up? Yes, I do. I think they will just about avoid relegation. I mean, if they carry on playing good and Daniel Farker can get them playing good football, of course they do have Dan James, don't they? Ex-Manchester United player. So, yeah. I mean, but Leeds, it's like they have to go on a consistent run. If they lose a lot of matches, then they'll be in big trouble. So I think Daniel Farker has got to make sure that his side show a lot of fight. Then, yeah, I think Leeds United will be fine in the Premier League. I really do. Sunderland, I mean, like I think I said earlier on, that I think they will stay up because, it's like if they can carry on playing well and getting the results, I think that would get them over the line. I really do. Brighton, Hove Albion, the Seagull Merchants, I mean, yeah, they've not had the best of starts this season. I mean, especially at home, it's not quite gone to plan for them at the moment. I think they're yet to win at home this season at the Amex. I mean, they're 2-0 up against Spurs and they ended up drawing 2-2, didn't they? So, yeah, work for Brighton to do. But, yeah, I still fancy them to finish top 10. I really do. Everton. Now, yes, I've been impressed with their starts this season and life at their new stadium. So, yeah, it's good to see David Moyes doing well, yeah? Big up to him, yeah? And hopefully Everton will be able to keep this up. I mean, I know they lost to Liverpool, but come on, going to Anfield in the Merseyside derby was always going to be a tall order. But yeah, I think David Moyes will be reasonably happy when his side starts the season. I really do. So, yeah, Everton, I think this season they'll be absolutely fine, comfortably mid-table, 100%, I fancy them finishing about say 10th or something like that. So, yeah, or 12th. But either way, yeah, thereabouts. Fulham, Marco Silva. Now, yeah, they've had a decent start to the season. Emile Smith Rowe looks good. And, yeah, Marco Silva's a good manager. I like him. And, yeah, Fulham, yeah, about, say, 11th, 10th, something like that. That for them, Nottingham Forest. I mean, oh my goodness me, what is going on at that football club in the moment? Seriously, you sack Nuno Espirito Santo, right? Who was doing a phenomenal job, and you bring in Ange Postecoglou, who is so stubborn, plays a high line, and look at Forest now. They're struggling to get a fucking win. I mean, they even drew with Burnley. I mean, what are Forest doing here? Seriously, that's an absolute disgrace by the ownership and Edu to sack Nuno Espirito Santo. Because look at Forest now. Like I said, they can't seem to get a win to save their life, which I think that will frustrate my subscriber, Yeti's Cave. I mean, big up to Yeti, yeah? I mean, what a guy he is. But, sacking Nuno Espirito Santo, I mean, I never understand the common logic in that. Seriously. And I think they paid the ultimate price, At the moment, the way Forest are playing, they could be in the battle to stay in the division. I mean, shocking how Nuno Espirito Santo isn't in the football club anymore. It really is. I mean, what the actual fuck, people? Seriously. Liverpool, now obviously they have not had the smoothest start to the season, but yet they still got 100% record, haven't they? And the way they keep scoring late goals, this is why they're champions. But I do feel at some point, they carry on conceding these goals, then they're going to come unstuck at some point against the more competitive opposition, and they'll draw or lose a game at some point. So, and like I said, they got to go to Selhurst Park in the weekend, which that'd be a tough game. Alexander Isak, we all know he's not up to match fitness yet, but he did score in the Carabao Cup tonight. But mind you, it's a poor bit of goalkeeping by McCarthy for Southampton, who gave it straight back to Alexander Isak, and Isak put it into the net, and he's off the mark for Liverpool. So, and he played for 45 minutes. So, yeah, he got some good minutes, and that this is what Liverpool were doing. They're slowly bedding him into the team. And when he's more fit, obviously he'll be able to play many more minutes. But I think he's going to do well for them. I really do, Alexander Isak. Gomez, he's a bit hit and miss, I think, for Liverpool, because he made a couple of errors tonight in that game. So, yeah, work for Arne Slot to do in that department, or in the Liverpool ownership, FSG. And obviously, Liverpool did miss out on Mark Gailey. So, yeah, which that's a shame for them, but it is what it is, people. Crystal Palace couldn't find a replacement, so they had to terminate the deal because literally everything was done, the paperwork ready for the medical, for him to have his medical at Liverpool, Mark Gailey, but then he was soon called back because Palace could not find a replacement. So, yeah, I think that's frustrating for Gailey because he wanted to join Liverpool. So, yeah, but obviously, like I said, this is why they are the champions of England because they keep getting late goals, and they remind me exactly like what we used to be like under Sir Alex Ferguson. When we scored the late goals, people. I mean, dear me, not these days, are we? It's like these days, our fan base, unfortunately, are just happy to accept mediocrity, but not with me, people. I do not accept mediocrity at the end of the day. I hold my football club accountable because, I want us to be better. But Liverpool, for now, they are still my favourites for the title. So, yeah, I still think they'll win it. Chelsea, now, look, they have some decent players, but I feel Enzo Maresca is a bit of a yes man, which is why I think Chelsea need an elite manager, to take that team forward. To me, Enzo Maresca is just not the right guy. But we all know why he's in the job, because he's the cheap option, because Clear Lake Capital, as a lot of true Chelsea fans call them, Clown Lake Capital, which I get why people, because, they are an absolute laughing stock at times. And tickets out in Todd Bowley as well. I mean, he needs the wooden soon because that's nowhere near sustainable what he's doing to Chelsea. But do I think what I've seen in them so far, that they'll still finish in the top four? Yes, but, they need to get back on track quickly now because they've had two disappointing results. They drew against Brentford and obviously they lost to us, which for Chelsea, that's not good, because we were there for the taking. And, yeah, they ended up losing the game. So, if they can get back to winning ways, I think they'll finish top four, no problem. Arsenal now, I mean, with them at times, it's like a comedy show, isn't it? I mean, you just don't know what to expect from Arsenal. They're literally the gift what keeps on giving people. They really are. I mean, with Mikel Arteta and that, this Arsenal team are being held back by his stubborn management. And why on earth is he playing players who are injured? I mean, that is absolute criminal by Mikel Arteta. He should be put into football custody for that. Absolutely unbelievable, nowhere near sustainable, people. And the way Arsenal set up to defend at home against Man City, I mean, what are you doing? Seriously, you are at home at the Emirates Stadium and you're just sitting back and defending. Why? Go for it. You're on the home side. And as Lee Judges says, look, I hardly listen to anyone on AFTV now, but Lee Judges is probably the only one who I've got a lot of time for. Yeah. He said you cannot win the league title by being defensive at home, which is true. 100% true. Which I feel at some point, Mikel Arteta, he will end up paying the price for this because, Arsenal have a different sporting director now. Edu's gone. And to me, this sporting director is a lot more ruthless because obviously he signed Gokeres, he signed Eze. So Mikel Arteta now, people, is out of excuses. He is under massive pressure. If Arsenal don't win anything this year, if they finish in their usual position, second place, they should say, right, this has not been good enough. Mikel Arteta, we've backed you, we gave you the funds and that, but you're still not getting us over the line to win the league title. So we need to cut our losses and bring in a proper elite manager. So yes, people, Mikel Arteta is stubborn, a bit like a certain other manager who's very stubborn, which I think you all know who I'm talking about, people. But you, why are you Ruben Amorim out? Just get behind him, back him, trust the process. It's like, fuck the process, man. Seriously, do not drive me into that shit, people, yeah? Because I was born before the days of social media, and I just want to shout out Morecambe. Big up to Morecambe, yeah? A non-league club who gave away match-worn shirts to the fans as free gifts. And non-league, you get no PR whatsoever. So take note, Premier League clubs. I shared that on the community post on my Mr. Joshy J football channel, by the way. Make sure you are subscribing to that if you enjoy your EFL, non-league and international football. So, yeah, make sure you are hitting the subscribe button. But, wow, people, absolutely unbelievable. But, yeah, let's get back to you guys in the live chat now. Blimey, this live chat has been popping. Will be a long time till United reach the Champions League, I reckon. Yeah, it could take a couple of years. Big up to you, Matty Plays Games. Good evening, mate. Thank you for joining me this evening. I back Crystal Palace to win the Conference League this season. They could do. They could well do because they take the trophies seriously, don't they? Yeah, big up to Theo as well. Big up. Hello, son. Yep, big up to you as well, mate. Subscribe to. When will the Let's Try starting back up? Already started back up. Matty Plays Games over on my Mr. Joshy J Extra channel. So make sure you are subscribing to that channel, mate. Yeah, big up to you, Michael.ChelseaFC Bosh. Thankfully, the PC's behaving itself tonight. So, yeah, everything is running smoothly. Big up Joshy J Geezer. Great stream last night with Michael, mate. Oh, it's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. Yep. Adam, Danny 14 put in Michael.ChelseaFC's stream in there. Connor Rains, we're playing exactly the same way United did under Fergie. I've been saying this now for a couple of weeks. You are. It's facts. You really are. He also had to rely on a lot of late goals, but that's what we won. That's what's won him 13 league titles. It's true. Very true. Big up Josh CJ. Yep. Liverpool and Real Madrid won all 7 games so far. Yep. I mean, what phase is Xabi Alonso in? His first season at Real Madrid, and They've won their first 7 games. Real Madrid win 4-1 away at Levante, the Bats. What about win Stanley and Stewart? They need to fuck off. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, they need to get out of your football club, mate. Xabi Alonso is cooking with Real Madrid. Yeah. Shout out to Akash P22. Yeah. Hello, Bash. Big up to your Kai Talks. All sports. Yep. Big up, Kai, mate. This is why I don't see Arsenal winning the Premier League and UCL because of Arteta. I think they will fall short. Big up, everyone. Yep, absolutely. Shout out to Yeovil Town. Oh, yeah, talking to Yeovil Town, their manager quit after 10 days. I mean, what on earth is that all about? Why is everyone glorifying Carlos Sainz? Yes, he's got a podium, but Alex Albon has sacked him on his Arsenal season. He was not good enough this weekend, Kai, no Alex Albon. I mean, you should hold him accountable for his performance this weekend. You know, he was not good enough. Real Betis begin the Europa League campaign tomorrow against Nottingham Forest at home. Will Big Ange finally get his first win? Let's wait and see. Seems like everyone forgot Albon scored most of the team's points. I'm annoyed. True, he has. You know, he's been brilliant this season. To me, he's been one of the drivers of the season. But yeah, like I said, this weekend, that was not good enough by Alex Albon. Same as the McLaren boys as well. What on earth was that, man? 100% this season, not including the Club World Cup. Lost against PSG, yep. Real Betis are a favourite, in my opinion, based on form. Yep. What is your favourite night race in F1? Singapore. Absolutely love Singapore. I mean, we all know Las Vegas is a money-grabbing event, but the racing is actually very good. Williams posting 1,000 pictures of Sainz as I head in. P20 to P11 was good, despite a bad quality by. Oh, is that where he finished, was it? That's not, I guess that's not too bad, is it? Just to miss out on the points for the Europa League. Yeah. But yeah, people, like I said, with Arsenal, you know, I do actually believe their team is really good, but they just don't have the right manager. You know, Mikel Arteta is holding this Arsenal team back, isn't he? I mean, let's get the narrative right here. Yeah. I mean, they look decent. Good set of players and that, but Mikel Arteta, also, why is he playing players whilst they're injured? I mean, we've seen it with Bukayo Saka. He's rushed him back too soon, and he picks up a knock. It's like William Saliba got injured against Liverpool in the warm-up. Saliba wanted to play, so Arteta said, yes, you can play. But Mosquera was already literally ready with his kits on because, you know, Saliba went off injured after 3 or 4 minutes. So this is naive from Arteta. And like I said, people, I don't understand why Mikel Arteta literally decided to play so defensive at the Emirates Stadium against Man City. I mean, it's baffling. It really is. Now, Manchester City, obviously, they still got a team with new players, you know, Reinders, Donnarumma. So I think it will take a while for them to start settling in and that. But Man City, people, usually, when they play good in that second half of the season, they are more than capable of going on a huge winning run. I mean, let's get it right. But at the moment, I have to say this Man City team is literally got to be the worst one so far under Pep Guardiola. It's like Man City sitting back and defending in the Emirates Stadium when they went 1-0 up. I mean, very unusual. I mean, when was the last time you saw Man City just sit back and defend like that? I mean, crazy, absolutely crazy. I mean, it works for most parts of the game, but obviously, Martinelli did find that goal to lob Donnarumma and score a beautiful goal. And they got a point out of it. But it's like, it's a strange one from Man City. But, Man City, they got played off the park by Tottenham, which we will talk about them soon, people. Played off the park by Tottenham. They lost to Brighton. So Arsenal should have went for it. Because, that Man City team was there for the taking. They really were. But Donnarumma, I think he's had a fantastic start. I mean, what a goalkeeper. Of course, he'll be disappointed he got beaten by Martinelli, by that lob. But, yeah, I think he's had an encouraging start. Like, he did that fantastic save as well against Bryan Mbeumo. So, yeah, and he's a top goalkeeper, I like Donnarumma. He's got good... He's not the best with his feet, but catching the ball and, punching it away and that, he's brilliant. So, yeah, I can see Man City definitely keeping more clean sheets, but do they have enough quality to win the league title? At the moment, no, I just don't see it at the moment. But, if the team can start gelling well together and second half of the season, then who knows? Because, like I say, after Christmas and that, they usually start to click into gear. But they don't have Kevin De Bruyne anymore. So it'd be interesting to see if this Man City team can click into gear. It's a bit like us when we won league titles under Sir Alex Ferguson. The second half of the season, we just used to absolutely blow opponents away when we really started to come into our prime and that. Where first half of the season, sometimes we'd be a little bit erratic and inconsistent, but we would still find a way of winning games. But the second half of the season, so many times we'd just like that, click into gear and blow opponents away, which I loved that, absolutely loved that. But unfortunately, in the moment, people, them days are gone for Manchester United. But yeah, that was the happy era for me. But stop living in the past. Fuck off. Yeah, that is how I started watching Manchester United. When I got into them when they were literally winning stuff. Glory Hunter, shut up. I started supporting them because my granddad, let's get it right, he is the reason why I started supporting Manchester United. And yes, I know we're winning a lot of stuff, but that's not the reason why I started supporting them. It's because I sat down and watched it. My grandpa, that's how I became a Manchester United fan, people. So, yeah, glory hunting, get in the bin, seriously. Well done to Stan Mondi for beating Kieran Wilson. I caught a brown envelope in 4K once again. Instead of attacking and going for the second goal. What are your thoughts on Wolves defeating Everton 2-0? Oh, is that? I knew they were 1-0 up, but they won 2-0, did they? Piss off Carlos Sainz, respectively. Michael Chelsea FC. Garnacho is a scrub. It just goes to show mid-United fans don't know shit about football. I told you all, Tyreek George is streaks ahead of that trash. The new Lil Messi, my arse. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous how our fan base are calling him the next Messi. And Cristiano Ronaldo 2.0. I mean, fuck out of here, man. Seriously. That's total disrespect to Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. It really is. Albon was trash this weekend in Baku. He was geezer, 100%. Absolute awful. Albon has more points. Hold my beer. P22, P11. I know, right? If Liverpool win 21st title, will be upset and rattled as Manchester United fans. I mean, look, it will suck them going one ahead of us, but I won't moan, bitch, and cry about it because I want my football club to get back to elite levels. What Liverpool are doing at the moment, fair play to them, yeah. But it's funny when we've seen this in the past. When Manchester United are on top, Liverpool are absolutely nowhere. But when Liverpool are on top, Manchester United are nowhere. So, but just imagine if both teams were on top at the same time. I mean, the rivalry would be even more epic, wouldn't it? Rant ended. Ha ha ha. Big up to you, Josh. Ganachi at Chelsea is just amazing. Franco is better than him for sure, and he scored a goal for Real Madrid, the first one. Ganacho's Chelsea's problem now. Hey, true, very true. Charlie Patrick took pictures of Reece James, and you can't be doing that with players with brown envelope. That wrong then, Charlie Patrick is. Yeah, I agree. We won't go one ahead, United. We're going for 10 ahead. Army slots, Reds are unstoppable. Other United fans like a touchline and maybe Saeed would definitely not be happy if Liverpool win another title. True. Arnie Slots is going to make Sarax look like Deacon Moyes. Get out here, Connor. He's got a long way to go. Connor, respect Sir Alex, please. Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, you got to respect Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, what a guy. I mean, no matter what football club you supported, I mean, he's a top guy, Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, legend. Absolute legend. But Tottenham with Thomas Frank, I mean, oh my goodness me, I've been impressed with their start in the season. I really have. Thomas Frank has came in, and what a job he's doing. They won in the Champions League last week. They made a comeback against Brighton. And obviously, they won their opening game of the season. They beat Man City as well. They had a bad result. I think it was. Who did they lose to? Let's have a look. Because they had a bad day in the office, didn't they? Sound like a Spurs, Tottenham. Here we go. Who was it? Who did they have a bad result against? Oh, yeah, Bournemouth. Yeah, that's it. They lost 1-0 to Bournemouth. Well, yeah, I've been impressed with Thomas Frank. He's came in and already you're seeing a difference. You really are, Because, under Ange Postecoglou, they didn't have a game plan, really. But Thomas Franks came in and he has a game plan. So, fair play to him, yeah? Long may it continue for Thomas Frank, yeah? But yeah, fair play to them. Good start to the season. Newcastle, Eddie Howe. Now, obviously, they've been in the spotlight all summer, really, haven't they? Because they were trying to bring in a forward, and that they ended up bringing in Wissa, but the transfer saga with Alexander Isak just went on and on and on. And after a while, I think it just hampered them a little bit. But they did bring in Wissa from Brentford, and they brought in another forwards. But Newcastle Do I think they'll get into Europe? Yes, I do, 100%. And with the money they got, do I think they'll spend a bit more in January? Maybe a tiny bit more. And then next summer, I expect them to spend even more money. So, yeah, but Eddie Howe, what a top job he's doing at Newcastle, honestly. Fair play to him, yeah. I mean, I rate Eddie Howe a lot. I like Eddie Howe, I really do. But obviously, they just need to win a couple more matches, Newcastle, because they've been a bit erratic at the start of the season. I mean, don't get me wrong, I thought they played well against Liverpool. They're absolutely superb against Liverpool. So, yeah, but just need to win some more matches, don't they, Newcastle? So, yeah, I think that is pretty much all the teams I've covered. But yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed the start of the season so far, by watching these other games. It's been brilliant, hasn't it? So let's get on to the next part of the show now. Talk about the WSL, the Women's Super League. Obviously, at the weekend, Manchester United women played Arsenal women at Leah Sports Village Stadium, where the Manchester United women's team play, and it finished 0-0. Despite us not scoring, I thought we played really well. We kept Arsenal quiet as well because they only had one shot on target the whole game, and Joyce did a fantastic save. And I've been impressed with Joyce. She's came in, she's taken over from Mary Herbs, and she's doing a phenomenal job for us. So fair play to her, yeah. Ella Toon, what a player she was close to scoring the winner for us, actually, where she just put the ball wide, where it had a bit too much spin on it. But if she put that into the back of the net, we would have won that game against Arsenal women. But Arsenal women, I think they are in the title fight this season, 100%, because Sleggers has come in and she's done an amazing job. Last season, Arsenal women won the Women's Champions League for the second time in their history. And I believe Arsenal women could definitely be one of the teams to take points off the Chelsea women this season. Look, I think Arsenal women, Manchester United women will give Chelsea women a good go this season. I really do. But the squad depth that Chelsea women have, and that I honestly believe they'll be favourites to win the WSL again. But if they're focusing more on the Champions League and they want to win the Champions League and that, it could be an opportunity for us or Arsenal women to strike and win the WSL title. But I just think with the squad depth and that, Chelsea women will just get over the line again. But Manchester United women and Arsenal women, we're both here to stay this season. We're not going away. We're really not. Mark Skinner has got this team playing well. And when I watch Mark Skinner's football, I feel entertained, people. He has a game plan. Manchester United women are actually pressing. What does that remind you of? Oh, yeah, when we had a certain someone managing the Manchester United men's team, Sir Alex Ferguson. The way Mark Skinner has got Manchester United women playing is absolutely fantastic. And I feel entertained watching it. And, yeah, it's just brilliant. Elizabeth Turland, she's had a great start to the season. She's literally our new Russo, I believe, because Russo obviously plays at Man United women. Then she left for Arsenal women. But, Manchester United women, when I watch them, I think, yes, we have a game plan and we can mount a proper title challenge this season. Look, don't get me wrong, Arsenal women and Manchester United women, two big rivals. Obviously Arsenal women have won the WSL title quite a few times, and obviously Chelsea women came along. Roman Abramovich pumped a lot of money into that team, and that's why their squad depth is massive. And obviously, this current ownership have put a bit of money into Chelsea women's team as well. But obviously, Sam Kerr is back this season. Landing the Minerals. And what does she do on her return after being out for over a year? Oh, yeah, scored a goal. So just goes to show how elite she is. Man City women, I don't think they're quite there yet. I don't think they'll be able to mount a proper title challenge, but they'll be there and about. But I can't wait to watch Manchester United women in the Champions League this season. Yes, I can actually enjoy some European football, people, a Manchester United team being in Europe. So, yeah, but Manchester United women have such a tough draw, honestly. So, yeah, let's have a look. I'll be able to tell you who they got, people. Manchester United Women Champions League draw. Here we go. So we have the first game on the 8th of October at 8 p.m. at Leah Sporting Village. Vålerenga. Sorry if I said that wrong. Vålerenga. And then our second game is away against Atletico Madrid women, which that will be tough because we all know how good Spanish opposition are for the women. So, yeah, that'll be very tough. Then we got Paris Saint-Germain, where we will be welcoming Mary Earps back to Leah Sporting Village because Mary Earps obviously used to play for Manchester United women. So, yeah, she'll be coming back there. Then we have Wolfsburg as well, which that'll be tough, away at Germany. And then we have Lyon as well, which, again, that won't be easy. And Juventus as well. Now, I don't know how good their women's team are, but, yeah, it will be very, very difficult for Manchester United women, that Champions League draw. I think we will have to rely on most of our wins at Leah Sports Village, but the fact we're in the competition for the first time ever, absolutely fantastic. And I cannot wait. I'm pumped for it. I really am. Right, let's catch up in the live chat. Here we go. Blimey's been popping again. Here we go. Manchester is blue. Mid United in Trafford holds out London's. Yeah, right now it is blue. Yeah, 100%. Josh, when are we going to see you in F1? What? Racing? The only time you'll see me in F1 is if I'm playing F1 2025. Sir Alex wishes he had a shiny dome like Arne Slot. Tottenham play tomorrow. Yes, they do, indeed. London will always be Arsenal City. Hope the Glazers bankrupts them. Got to love those guys and Jim Ratcliffe. No, geezer. Absolutely not. The highlights are out. Clown Lake Inn. Bit of banter going on in the live chat. Thomas Frank, you are goated. Yep. Ange Defo regrets taking the Forest job. It looks like I won't see winning a trophy in my second season, mates. London will forever belong to Chelsea, whereas Manchester United was wrong for keeper at their club in Mason Greenwood. Sorry, for obvious reasons why I'm not reading out one words there, but yeah, I get what you're on about. Someone rattled in the chat here. Eddie Howe is a very good manager, to be fair. Big ups to him. Yeah, absolutely. Got a lot of time for him. I really have. From opening in a general place, who do you think was better team, or was it just too tight? Yeah, it's, I thought, despite us not scoring, I thought we played really well. But you have a look at Man United's women's goal difference, it's massive. Yes, I know the harsh reality is that Man United women and Arsenal women have dropped 2 points to Chelsea women, but we are scoring goals, which that to me is a huge positive. Chelsea did well to win the game today. Josh, fair play to them. Yes, but they should be winning a lot more, the Chelsea men, in them sort of matches. Skinny pretzels that taste good and transferred into good football. Hope you're good, Adam Dar, Mid United signing Arteta's rejects like Sesko these days and a clowning goal in what's case. Yep. I like the new striker for Man United to women. She's been going good, Josh. Yes, she has. She's done a decent job so far. Sound Care is quality geezer. She is. I agree with you, Michael. Chelsea FC. Big up, Kai. The women's team has to visit Liverpool twice back to back, play both clubs, then to play Atletico away in Madrid. Big up at Adam Dar 25. Ollie Behrman is not ready for Ferrari, geezer. No, absolutely not. Even though I'm a massive Ollie Behrman fan, he's not ready for Ferrari. 100% agree. Yeah, I reckon we'll end up getting Max. 100%. Real Madrid 4-1 highlights. Yep. Let's pray for Lewis. P3 in Singapore. Not much chance of that, I don't think, unless we get a crazy race. Do you still trust the Red Bull? Are you talking about the F1 team? I think it just goes to show that their former team principal was part of the issue, Christian Horner, because look at Yuki Tsunoda. Even he's doing better now, isn't he? I've been saying it for a while. Gabriel Borsaletto's going places. And he's got Nico Hulkenberg's number in qualifying this season, Kai. Absolutely unbelievable, Nico Hulkenberg's performances have been nowhere near sustainable in qualifying recently. And to me, Nico Hulkenberg has been absolutely shit ever since he got that penalty in Silverstone. Since he got that podium, he's hardly done anything, has he? Horner could return F1 in 2026. True, he could. Very true. But hopefully not. Hopefully he'll stay away for some time because, yeah. And of course, the current Red Bull team principal, Makis, used to be at Ferrari. He used to be on the team radio, I think. 100%. He would fit that team brilliantly, wouldn't he? Because that team were absolute clowns. Yeah, I think that'd be a perfect match. Go down for that other clown as well, Fabio Briatore. I mean, how the fucking heck is he allowed back in the paddock? Seriously. After what he did at Singapore 2008, told Okay, who was it? Nelson Piquet Jr. to crash on purpose so Alonso could win the Grand Prix. I mean that is fixing at the highest level. F3 and F2 champion for a reason, Borsaito's doing a number on him. I'm not surprised, I'm a big Gabriel believer. Lee playing Lee Horner. Hulkenberg has got a podium and is far higher in the championship. Borsato only started to turn up at Austria onwards. The Hulk is number one there. Yeah. How Fabio back disgrace. I agree. Props to Hulk. He's no pushover. No, he's not. Hulkenberg is actually really decent. I've got a lot of time for Hulkenberg. Obviously my subscriber, F1 Fan Fanatic Rants, big up to him, yeah? And it's good to see he's getting subs as well again. Because he's very close to 1K now. He's one away from 960. So make sure you are subscribing to F1 Fan Fanatic Rants. I think Gabriel had at least testing out all the rookies correctly if I'm wrong, Josh. But yeah, people, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. I thought I'd come on for an hour, talk about women's football and what my thoughts of the Premier League so far. Yeah, I've enjoyed this. This has been a good stream. We are redirecting to African King now, so make sure you put Mr. Joshy J. Raid. He's about to go live with my good friend Rotterstock. So, yep, make sure you are subscribing to African King and make sure you are subscribing to Rotterstocks as well. Big up to Salbert, Hulk, and Gabrielle been doing good this season. Will you watch the highlights I sent you? Probably, yeah. But yeah, don't forget, Glazers out, Ineos out, Amarin out, and brown envelopes in the bin as well. Don't forget African King, Mr. Joshy J. Raid. We're out of here, people. Laters.